After the initial success of Poland on the European mainland, Hitler wanted to immediately attack France. However, his generals convinced him otherwise. Too many mistakes were made during the Polish campaign, and lessons needed to be learned. They decided to wait until next spring. During this time, Germany continued to build up its military forces, as well as take the Scandinavian countries of Denmark and Norway. German forces trained more and refined the Blitzkrieg strategy. But nothing really happened on the French front. The British called this the Phony War, and the Germans named it the Sitzkrieg. But eventually, spring did come, and with it, the German military. The French's strategy was completely defensive. They had developed a long wall of fortifications known as the Maginot Line after World War I. The English and French forces occupied the defenses and prepared for a repeat of the Great War. But the Germans did not want to be bogged down like they did in World War II. Instead, they decided to concentrate their main force through the Ardennes Forest, where Allied troops were the thinnest. Then they would sweep behind the Allied forces in Belgium and cut them off from retreat. On May the 10th, 1940, Germany launched its lightning war against France and Britain. There would be no mercy. Hey guys, what's going on? Daily here, and I am back with some more Men of War Assault Squad 2, Hitler's World War, and today we have a doozy, as you could probably tell from the intro. It is Hitler's invasion of France. Now, I was having some serious trouble with the Valor mod, and I could not get it to work. Oh my god, it was getting so frustrating. I spent like 45 minutes, and you'll probably see some footage from that in the intro, but I spent 45 minutes setting up this beautiful battle on this beautiful map, and then when I press start, it crashes and I lose everything. And then like 3 more times the game crashed. Luckily I didn't, I troubleshooted before pressing start those times, and then finally I gave up and was like, screw it, I'm using a different mod. So I found this French expansion mod, because obviously we need the French. The textures look pretty good in this. They obviously don't look as beautiful as the Valor mod ones, and there are no German textures. These are just standard game textures, which are really gross because Men of War just doesn't make nice textures, honestly. So yeah, I was super bummed about that, but we'll still have a good video for the Battle of France. Let's just go over the battlefield real quick. There are some random French and English troops spread out amongst these sort of ruins. I'm assuming the Germans artilleried this a little bit before marching in. This is obviously in some sort of a small town in the Ardennes kind of a thing. And then we have a barricade probably quickly thrown up because the French realize, holy crap, they're not attacking the Maginot Line, they're going behind it. So they threw up this, and then they also threw up some scattering sandbags and stuff like that, and sent forward whatever army resources they could. They've got 2 tanks here, which is actually not a bad number of tanks, and the French had superior tanks, so that's kind of cool. And so yeah, they've got units scattered about, and then in this pass is where they'll make their last stand, and for some reason these 3 guys didn't want to go behind cover, but that's fine, they'll figure it out as they go. Either way, let's go ahead and press start. And the Germans start marching forward here in classic German fashion. And we have the battle getting underway. This German tank is engaging with some of these infantry over here. We did see one of the French tanks take a pot shot at the German tanks, but it did miss. I don't think... Oh, there we go, actually, that one might have just gotten the engine. Yeah, this one's still alive, but it's not going to be able to move, and it's on fire now, so it might explode pretty soon. Some of the random French units in this town have been crushed, though there are still some alive. We can see them trying to fight off the Germans right here, to little avail. Also, this entire barricade immediately got wiped out. The German tank right here did get taken out finally. I don't think that French tank is still alive, and I think this one is as well. So we'll see if these German tanks can manage to pin these French tanks, because obviously the French tanks are very, very good. And this one right here This Panzer's going on a full-on assault. It's going through the weeds here. It seems to be aiming at the less important French tank, but it actually crushes it. It explodes, and the French crew sadly did not even have time to bail. And then this French tank did go down as well. This crew did get to bail though, which is a nice thing to see. Good to see some survivors in this war. We see an English MG right here taking some shots over the hill. This is actually pretty good for the French because the Germans do have to go over this hill, and the French will have a completely open shot at them while they do that. And since this isn't Valor mod, the troops can also take multiple shots before going down. It is not instantaneous death like the Valor mod is, unless you get hit by a tank shot like that, of course. We see a couple of French lads over here with their weird-ass submachine guns firing away. Yeah, this is certainly tough. We actually do see a few rifle grenades going off. The Germans and the French have those. I keep saying French, but there are some English mixed in here as well, of course, because it was a joint effort defense. And things are going exactly as we would expect in this battle to go. Pretty much complete domination by the English. There have been reports that, like, in some sectors, the French actually didn't do horribly. They, ooh, brutal. The Germans actually struggled against them, but I guess that would speak true in almost any assault in any war. Like, even no matter how crushing your success is, if it's over a wide plain, then you're likely going to be successful in a few spots, even if the rest of it was bad. Do you guys understand what I'm saying? I don't know. I'm very tired. It's finals week. Actually, just making this video in general has been a little bit tiring. There are still French forces back here, by the way, but the Germans they don't see them, and so they're walking back to their spawn, and then they'll continue back. We can actually just fast forward through this. So either way, yeah. See, now they're heading back. It is finals week for me, so it's been high stress. Tomorrow's my last day, which is great. Actually, when this video will be uploaded, I'll be in the middle of one of my finals, so that'll be fun. Okay, now the Germans are coming up. So yeah, making this video was kind of like a lot of pressure because I was like, oh man, I really want to, keep consistent with the Hitler's World War series and get those out whenever I can. On Wednesdays is when I usually try to, obviously. Ooh, this guy's got a rifle grenade. Let's see, can he get one off? That would... Ooh. Oh, yeah. That's tough right there, but these lines over here. So yeah, because I need to study a little bit more as well, but I also want to make this video. And this tank spells trouble for the French forces. Yeah, big trouble, big trouble. So yeah, I mean, obviously, studying came first, and I studied for a good while, and I'm gonna study after making this video, but especially with the crashes and stuff like that. Okay, we're gonna delete the tank for the last little hoorah French defense here, just because we don't want it to be too stupid and unfair. I forget what I was getting at, but essentially what I was trying to say was, like, making this video was a bit of a challenge, especially with all the studying that I had to do. But I'm glad that I was able to do it for you guys, because I really want to keep making these good videos for you. And the comments you guys send have been so supportive as of late. It's amazing. Yeah, so this, as you can tell, is not going well. Even point blank, these rifles can't kill a soldier right off the bat. It takes about 2 to 3 hits. And that is the end of the French lines, by the way. As we can see, this guy had to take 2 or 3 hits to die, and his comrades managed to live. That's because this is not a realism mod. This is just a mod with a French expansion to it. That's why I really, really want to get Valor back up and running for the next episode, because without it, we get stupid, stupid mods. Not that this mod is bad. Some of these skins are very, very nice for the French and stuff like that, but Valor is... I'm spoiled. Valor is just so nice. So, either way, it looks like Hitler's charge on France has worked out. And, wait, give me just 1 second. We can plug in this bad boy. And, okay, yeah, there we go. Alright, so yellow are the German deaths, and as we can see, they overall took very, very few losses. Very, very few. They lost a tank, which is, bad because the Germans don't have too many tanks for their war effort, but other than that, they took barely any losses, and the French took monumentous losses. Although the French were heavily outnumbered and were not expecting this, so this was sort of the outcome I did want to receive from this. Either way, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Hitler's World War. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.